A beloved Netflix star and theater legend has tragically passed away in a shocking accident. Tony Germano, 55, plunged to his death from the roof of his own home while checking on renovation work, leaving fans and colleagues stunned. What makes this tragedy even more heartbreaking is that Tony had only just moved back into his family house, ready to start fresh after weeks of renovations. His career was thriving, his spirit was high, and he had so much life left to share, making the sudden loss all the more devastating. The morning of Wednesday, November 26th, began like any other. But for Tony Germano, it would turn into a nightmare. While inspecting the progress of renovations on the roof of his parents' former home in São Paulo, Tony slipped and tragically fell. Emergency crews rushed to the scene, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead shortly after. Just hours before the accident, Tony had spent a joyful evening with his sister, laughing and sharing stories, completely unaware that the next day would bring such a devastating loss. The contrast between that warm family moment and the sudden tragedy makes the accident all the more heartbreaking. Tony Germano lived a life devoted to his craft, often on his own with no children to carry on his legacy. Yet, those who knew him speak of a man full of warmth, generosity, and a deep love for those around him. Moving back into his parents' former home wasn't just about renovations, it was a chance to start fresh, to reconnect with memories, and to embrace a new chapter in his life. Friends and colleagues remember him as someone who could light up a room with his laughter, always ready to offer a helping hand or a kind word. In every corner of his life, Tony left traces of his gentle, vibrant spirit. For over 3 decades, Tony Germano dominated the stage, captivating audiences with unforgettable performances in legendary productions like The Phantom of the Opera, Miss Saigon, Jekyll and Hyde, and Fiddler on the Roof. His versatility was unmatched. Whether belting out powerful solos or conveying subtle emotion, Tony poured his heart into every role. Fans often describe the magic of seeing him live, the way he could command the stage and leave the audience breathless, completely immersed in the story. It wasn't just talent, it was passion, dedication, and a rare ability to make every performance feel alive and personal. Tony Germano wasn't just a stage powerhouse, his voice became instantly recognizable to millions around the world. He brought beloved characters to life in Netflix's Go, Dog, Go, Nickelodeon's Nicky, Ricky, Dickie and Dawn, Disney's Beauty and the Beast, and animated hits like Elena of Avalor, The Muppets, and Sheriff Colley's Wild West. On screen, he shone just as brightly, appearing in Brazilian films like Phantom Summer and Necropolis Symphony, proving his range across every medium. From theater to film to voice work, Tony's talent spanned industries, leaving an indelible mark wherever he performed. The outpouring of love after Tony Germano's passing has been overwhelming. Friends and colleagues flooded social media with heartfelt tributes, remembering a man whose kindness and generosity knew no bounds. Bruno, a close friend, wrote, "I can't believe you're gone. Your talent and kindness will be greatly missed." Voice actress Maria Lopes called him one of the kindest souls I've ever worked with. Always full of life, director Felipe Santos added. Tony lit up every room he entered and inspired everyone around him. Fans echoed the sentiment, describing him as irreplaceable and a true legend of stage and screen, sharing stories of laughter, warmth, and performances that left lasting memories. Across platforms, the viral wave of remembrance shows just how deeply Tony touched the hearts of so many. Tony Germano was laid to rest on November 27th in Vargem Grande, Polister. Friends, colleagues, and fans gathered to say their final goodbyes, creating a poignant farewell filled with tears, memories, and love. Even in death, his presence was felt through the countless stories shared, the laughter remembered, and the performances that continue to inspire. Tony's artistry, his warmth, and the joy he brought to every room and stage will never be forgotten. Tony Germano's sudden passing is a stark reminder of how fleeting life can be, and how quickly moments we take for granted can vanish. Just weeks after moving into his family home, ready to start a new chapter, his life was tragically cut short. Yet his voice, his laughter, and the magic he brought to every performance live on in all of us. Fans and friends continue to celebrate his artistry, sharing stories and memories that keep his spirit alive. If Tony touched your life or inspired you through his roles, share your favorite memories or performances in the comments below, and let's honor a true legend together.